Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment to the desk asking unanimous consent that the amendment be considered as read.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will designate the amendment in the nature of a substitute.
I would like to,
Gentlemen, suspend.
Amendment number 110 offered by Mr. Nolan.
Mr. Nolan is recognized to speak on his amendment to the ANS.
I'd like to begin by thanking the Chairman Schuster and Ranking Member DeFazio for all the important legislation you brought forth here today and all the great work that you have done in leading this committee, keeping with its great tradition. I also want to thank Mr. Hunter and Mr. Garamendi for their work on this important piece of legislation. My amendment is merely a sense of the Congress supporting a critical program administered by the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration in the Great Lakes. Does not create a new program nor authorize any expenditures for existing program. It's merely intended to express support and promote awareness of an important program as it relates to the Great Lakes, the Marine Debris Program. More specifically, the Great Lakes Land-Based Marine Debris Action Plan. And in that regard, I'd like to associate myself with the remarks of Chairman Hunter, as well as Mr. Young earlier in the meeting about the great concern that is out there, and rightfully so, with regard to debris pollution of our oceans, as well as of our Great Lakes. And remind everyone once again, there's this area out in the Pacific that is the size of, twice the size of the great state of Texas. And that's the visible debris. That's not the microplastics that even have people throughout the Great Lakes region deeply concerned because it's polluting our Great Lakes beer. God forbid something like that should have to happen. The Great Lakes-based Marine Debris Action Plan was finalized in 2014 to establish a comprehensive strategic framework for actions to protect the Great Lakes, in addition to, of course, the work they're doing in the oceans. But the Great Lakes shorelines, people, wildlife from the terribly destructive effects of marine debris, including plastics, microplastics, abandoned vessels, and other harmful pollutants. Since 2014, NOAA has developed 53 actions that will be completed by 2019, of which 29 have begun and 75 have been successfully completed. These actions include comprehensive testing, water and shore cleanup, education awareness campaigns, public and private engagement, and recommending further actions to assure that our water in the Great Lakes is clear of harmful debris. The fact is, pollution in our waters is a national crisis, especially plastics and microplastics. Just recently, it was reported that a whale had washed up on a shore, and examiners discovered 80 plastic bags in the stomach. That's heartbreaking. In the Great Lakes alone, there are 10,000 tons of plastic in the water, and 80% of the litter on the Great Lakes shorelines comprises of plastics. The fact is, plastic pollution enters through the food chain, threatens the survival of our marine and plant lives, and is also harmful to human health. Additionally, plastics cause harm to boating, fishing, other recreational tourism activities, damaging our shipping and navigation economy. Ultimately, the Great Lakes Land-Based Marine Debris Action Plan does not get enough public support and attention for its incredibly good work that it is doing. And that is why I'm offering this amendment today. I'm committed to and look forward to working with my colleagues to ensure that Congress further protects our lakes, our waters, our oceans, our Great Lakes from harmful pollutants like plastics from getting into our precious waters. I urge my colleagues to support this amendment. I yield back the balance of my time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I thank the gentleman. Do any other members wish to be recognized on the amendment to the ANS? If not, the question on the amendment to the ANS. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Excuse me. All those opposed signify by saying nay. The ayes have it, and the amendment is agreed to.